What's up everyone, welcome to this live stream. We are now minutes away of the semi-final between Arsenal and PSG. The teams are on the pitch and we are ready for kickoff now in about 2 minutes. And this is a very important game for both teams. Obviously the first leg of this semi-final playing in London. The other game will be playing in Paris, and so now both teams are going to want to put themselves in a good position to qualify for the final. And of course tomorrow there will be the other game between Barcelona and Inter, as now all the players are shaking hands. And we know that there is one player missing for Arsenal. It is in the midfield, Thomas Partey, who got a yellow card last time around playing against Real Madrid. And now Mikel Merino, he's going to take his place in the midfield. And as you can see here, we're seeing the formations and the players. Merino playing on the left flank of the midfield here. And it's going to be Trossard playing now as a striker. And of course, it's not his position. He is most often either a left winger or an offensive midfielder. So now, Arsenal having a lot of problems since the injury of Kai Havertz. Merino played last time around against Madrid as a striker. And he is, of course, a midfielder, but he managed to get a goal in Madrid. But now Trossard playing in front. PSG on the other side. It is the usual lineup, as you can see, playing with Kvaratskhelia, Dembele and Doué. And now it is Marquinhos here, the captain, and Odegaard. They're flipping the coin to see who will get the kickoff. And we see now the PSG lineup. Donnarumma, as always, in the goal. And he's been really good this season, putting very good performances last time around. PSG played against Aston Villa, and it was a spectacular game. And Donnarumma making crucial saves at the end of this game. PSG really qualifying by the skin of their teeth at the last minute, as Aston Villa was really pushing to get a goal. And we're seeing now PSG here huddling up around Marquinhos, the captain. They need to have a good performance here if they want to keep their chances alive of qualifying at the return game. They will be playing at home. It will be a huge advantage for them to play at home, the crucial game. And now a minute of silence here in the memory of Pope Francis.
And a quick announcement today that memorabilia from today's match is now on sale in the Stadium Hall.
All right, and the teams are now ready to go. And it's going to be interesting in this game to see how the midfields are going to react, especially the Arsenal midfield with Thomas Partey missing. But it's going to be a match in the midfield here between, the Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, Joao Neves. We know how well their passing play is. And is Arsenal going to be able to, dominate the midfield with them? It's going to be a tough game, but we can expect, I guess, in the beginning of this game, in the first minutes, Arsenal playing at home, they're going to want to try to push to get an early goal. And the game has started now. PSG kicking the ball forward, and Arsenal getting the possession on a throw-in here. Dembele here putting pressure. And some of the players to watch is going to be, and PSG here getting the possession back in Arsenal's half. Let's see what happens here with all the Arsenal players. They went back in defense. But it's going to be interesting here to see the crucial players that have performed extremely well in this Champions League for PSG. Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, the two wing backs, often bringing themselves forward and creating a lot of chances. Nuno Mendes scored against Aston Villa, and Hakimi has been very, very important this season for PSG, scoring many important goals. They have this tendency to push forward. Luis Enrique, the coach for PSG, sort of managing to deal with the fact that he doesn't really have a real number 9 since Kylian Mbappe left for Real Madrid. And both teams are actually in that regard in a similar situation, playing without a true number 9. And for some reason, it seems that now it has played very, very well for both of these teams to play without a 9 and sort of getting this total attack and having the whole team participate in the offensive phases. Because they're missing a number 9, they need to bring their defenders forward, and it has played very well, especially for PSG with Nuno Mendes and Hakimi sort of in the fullback finisher role, and they've scored a lot of goals. They've brought a lot of danger forward, and we'll have to watch in this game. And we can see here Hakimi playing very high on the pitch. He's almost playing as a winger. And Vitinha now with the ball, being the midfield orchestrator of this PSG team. He is the guy that they want to find to sort of orchestrate the play and make the ball move around the pitch to try to find a opening in the defense. And PSG here is putting, taking the possession of this game. Kind of surprising, because you would expect that Arsenal at home would be pushing, but that's not the case. We're seeing here Fabian Ruiz pushing forward. Dembele with the ball. He plays on the left flank. Here Kvaratskhelia at the edge of the box. And he finds Nuno Mendes. It's Dembele. It's Dembele. Goal from Dembele. 3 minutes in, PSG takes the lead. Incredible. Really, really what you did not expect in this game. PSG was taking the possession, and Arsenal really caught. Incredible. And Mikel Arteta now cannot believe his eyes. Dembele scores at the edge of the box as Kvaratskhelia cut back and found Dembele with his left foot slotting the ball in. Let's see that again. And we saw Fabian Ruiz here pushing forward, creating the space here for Kvaratskhelia on the side. And Kvaratskhelia outside of the foot for Dembele at the edge of the box. Incredible shot. The ball bounced in front of the keeper, and Raya couldn't do anything. Incredible goal.
Number 20,
and Dembele hadn't scored for several games now. He had a very, very good start of the year, scoring something like 8 goals in 6 games, and now he scores here 3 minutes in this game, and so the pressure is going to be on Arsenal now. And the question is going to be, how is Arsenal going to react to this? Because there is two outcomes for this. Either they're going to react and they're going to come back in this game, or they're going to totally crumble. It's going to be interesting. And what will be the mentality of PSG? Will they try to come back to increase their lead, or will they sort of sit back and let Arsenal attack to try to catch them on the counter? Let's see if we can refresh here. The scoreboard. And Donnarumma now getting the ball. Is PSG going to look for a counter-attack? No, Donnarumma calms everybody down. They're going to take the possession. And now they're probably going to try to want to make Arsenal run after the ball. But is that the right strategy? Or will they create a problem for themselves if they do that? This is absolutely the worst start of the game that Arsenal could think of. At home, and within 3 minutes, PSG scores, and now Arsenal is going to have to score, because if they lose this game at home, it's going to be very difficult when they go in Paris to try to get a win. And in terms of, how the teams play, this is two counter-attack teams. So it is probably a situation that advantages PSG now, having the lead in Arsenal, that because both of these teams are counter-attack teams, then now it's going to be up to Arsenal to take the possession, and possession play is not their forte. And since Paris is leading, of course, they're not going to want to try to attack, because they're not going to want to concede a goal in transition against Arsenal. Oh, here it is. Desiree Doué. Doué has been exceptional recently. His dribbling is very, very difficult to stop. And the two wingers of PSG are going to bring a lot of trouble for the fullbacks of Arsenal. Desiree Doué and Kvaratskhelia. It's going to be very difficult to deal with for the Arsenal fullbacks. And Arsenal now with the possession. Declan Rice here. Very high pressure from PSG. They're not dropping back in their half. They're putting the pressure in Arsenal's half. They really want to stop them from being able to lay their attack. Marquinhos here, conceding a corner. And we see here Martinelli and Saka, they're going to be key for Arsenal, the same way Desiree Doué and Kvaratskhelia are going to be key for PSG. It's going to be a battle between the wingers and the fullbacks. The game is going to be played on the wings, and the outcome of this game is definitely going to come from that area, because both teams are so strong in the midfield that they will probably neutralize each other. And I have to say that in that regard, because of Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, perhaps the advantage in this area of the pitch could be for PSG. And so far, it has played out like that. There's a foul here on the counter-attack. It's going to be a yellow card. And it is for Trossard. And it was Hakimi who had gotten the best of him. Trossard pushing him. And it shouldn't be too problematic for Trossard, because he's playing, of course, as a striker. So a yellow card is not that bad for him, as long as, of course, he doesn't get another one. But defensive duties are not going to be something that are going to be necessary for him. Once again here, PSG on the attack. Gonna switch the flank here for Desiree Doué. The dribble, a shot, but it's not strong enough. Easy for Raya. And we see Raya here, he's not kicking the ball forward. He doesn't know what to do. 4 players of PSG pressing the Arsenal defense. They're not letting them play. They're not letting them lay their attack. They're pressing very, very high. The question will be, of course, as we move forward in this game, will they be able to, keep this kind of pressure in Arsenal half for the whole 90 minutes? Most likely not. But so far, it's working well for PSG. We're not seeing much of Arsenal, and PSG getting the possession back very, very high in the Arsenal half. And now they're getting the possession, they're keeping the ball, and Arsenal is yet really to show anything in this game. And still 1-0 for PSG here after 10 minutes. And in the bottom left corner of my screen, you can see my eFootball team. And if you like eFootball, if you play eFootball, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. I release videos on eFootball pretty much on a daily basis. I try the best players, the latest tactics. Here's Dembele here with the ball, switching flank for Kvaratskhelia, and once again he's going to try to find the opening here, and he's getting double teamed. So Timber is getting some help now. They're realizing, okay, they cannot let Kvaratskhelia alone against Timber because his dribbling is so good that he's going to be able to find the opening if they leave him alone. But of course, doing that, it leaves you open, because if he gets a double team, then someone else will be open, and it will be a problem regardless. And we have Desiree Doué here, a little bit of showboating. It's going to be a shot here from Hakimi. It's pushed back by the defense. Hakimi gets the ball back, going to cross it in. Header, and Raya was on the trajectory of that header. Marquinhos with a very good chance here, but his header was not strong enough, too much in the middle of the goal. Raya was well positioned for this, but another warning here for Arsenal early in this game. Two occasions here for PSG and Arsenal. We have yet to see them really in the half of PSG. PSG dominating early in this game, in this semi-final here. Not really what we expected. There's a foul here on Martinelli. And we see Mikel Arteta is looking nervous, and of course he would, conceding an early goal against PSG. Now it's putting him in a bad position. They're going to have to do something to react, and we know how PSG loves it when the other team is attacking and they get a chance in transition with very, very fast players like the ones that they have. The free kick here went straight to a goal kick for PSG, and we see the goal here. Kvaratskhelia against Timber, and the shot was not that powerful, but it was very well placed, and it was just behind 3 players that were blocking Raya's vision. Very good goal here for Dembele. And Luis Enrique and PSG, they had a difficult start of the season. They didn't do so well early on in the Champions League, in the group stage, where they struggled to qualify. But now, ever since the beginning of this year, they have played absolutely exceptional. And Kvaratskhelia, once again, Kvaratskhelia, he falls down in the box. The referee says no penalty. And this time Kvaratskhelia was triple team, so they're really worried about him. But it was a close one, and I don't think that was a penalty, but another warning for the Arsenal defense. They have to find something to stop him, because if he continues like this for the whole game, it's going to be very difficult for Timber to be able to do something against him. And PSG now playing build-up, passing the ball in defense. Kvaratskhelia, now it's foul here. He's on the ground. Is it going to be a card? No, the referee says no card. Timber gets a lecture from the referee. And we see the foul here in the box. That was Timber putting his arm around Kvaratskhelia. It could have been a penalty. The referee said no foul. And of course, Kvaratskhelia was protesting. And we're back in the game here. Arsenal with the possession. David Raya at the edge of his box. He's going to kick this ball forward. So PSG gets the possession back on the rebound. It's Fabian Ruiz now moving forward with the ball. He plays on the left with Nuno Mendes. And PSG now just waiting it out and confiscating the ball. And they play all the way back in the defense. Arsenal is pushing forward, try to put the pressure. But so far, PSG is keeping the possession. There's a foul here from Arsenal. Another foul here from Timber again, Kvaratskhelia. It is the crucial face-off in this game. Timber against Kvaratskhelia, and Kvaratskhelia absolutely dominating here. Justin Timber, Juran Timber. And if it continues like this, he's going to get a yellow card. And he almost conceded a penalty already. But he's having a terrible time in this game against the Georgian. And the tempo has slowed down a little bit now after this early goal from PSG. And of course, this is what you would expect. But now Arsenal is going to need to produce something, because if the scoreline was to stay like this, it wouldn't be very good for Arsenal going in Paris. But of course, there is still time in this game for Arsenal to produce something. There is no need to rush and put yourself in a dangerous position. Plenty of time here, 70 minutes left in this game. But as the game looks, PSG absolutely dominating here the first 20 minutes of this Champions League semi-final. It's going to be free kick here for Donnarumma. He's going to kick it upwards. And Hakimi gets the possession back. And goes all the way back to Donnarumma. There's Dembele. He came back to provide a solution. Oh, bad pass here from Nuno Mendes. Arsenal with the ball. And it's Saka on the wing against Nuno Mendes. He's going to pass it back. Saka again. The cross. It's going to be Martinelli here. No, his cross couldn't find anybody. And it's Hakimi now with the ball. And Hakimi lost it. And it's a foul on Lewis Kelly. Going to be a free kick here for Arsenal. A decent opportunity, perhaps, if they can bring some bodies in the box. It's a little bit far, but we know how good Arsenal is on the set pieces. Hey Mohamed, I support PSG. I mean, these are basically some of my two favorite teams, but I support PSG. I grew up in Paris as a PSG fan, but Arsenal is probably my favorite English team. So no matter what, I'm happy that they're playing in the semi. But yeah, my choice, if I get to choose who wins, I would say PSG would be my favorite. And so far it's going well. And free kick here. And it was a header here from, who's that? I don't know, but Donnarumma, easy ball. Wasn't too dangerous. The free kick was a little bit too far from the danger area.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 5 entrará al campo.
Arsenal here with the ball. Saka with a little bit of space on the wing, but he gets pushed. It's going to be a throw-in here for Arsenal. Timber is going to take this. Odegaard. Going to try to cross the ball. No, he passes back. And Arsenal plays it back all the way to Raya. And this shows a little bit the difficulty that Arsenal has to project their game forward. PSG, their defense, very, very compact. They're waiting now for Arsenal to commit numbers so that they can get them in transition. And of course, Arsenal not attacking as much as you would expect, having conceded an early goal, because they know this is sort of the what advantages PSG. That's exactly the scenario that PSG would want. Now they can just wait for Arsenal to go on the offensive and catch them with a counterattack. It's Hakimi here. Hakimi still has the ball. Joe Neves plays to the side. Kvaratskhelia once again. He's going to take this shot, and Raya was there. It was deflected by Timber, but David Raya here. Good save. And Kvaratskhelia has been very, very threatening all this game. The goal came from him, from his assist to Dembele. But the duel between Kvaratskhelia and Timber is being absolutely crucial in this game. And Kvaratskhelia getting the best out of the Dutchman. Across here, but Donnarumma gets it easily. And we're seeing Mikel Arteta being a little bit nervous now. We're 25 minutes in now in this game. And apart from the very early goal from Dembele, not much has happened. And PSG getting a lot of the possession, more than you would expect from a game that's playing in London. PSG with the possession, they're sort of playing at the back. And Arsenal is going to have to press more. They're going to have to do something, because if they just wait like this, if they wait for PSG, then PSG is just not gonna move the ball forward. And there is no reason for them to do it. There is still one game left. Once this game will be over, there will be another game to be played. So PSG doesn't need to, increase the mark. 1-0 would be a fine result for PSG, knowing that the next game will be played in Paris. And we're still seeing high pressure from PSG. They're not letting the Arsenal defense really build their play. And perhaps PSG will be paying all those efforts in the second half if they keep on pressing like that. I doubt that they will be able to last 90 minutes pressing that hard. You see Arsene Wenger here in the stands. And he looks a little bit worried too. And so throw in for PSG. Desiree Doué. And it seems that Doué and Kvaratskhelia now have switched side. Kvaratskhelia now playing on the right flank and Desiree Doué playing on the left flank. They're trying to unsettle the Arsenal defense. And I'm not sure why they made that decision, because it seemed that Kvaratskhelia was getting the best out of Timber, and perhaps it would have been more judicious to keep it going and to keep on playing on Kvaratskhelia until Timber would have eventually gotten a card. Now it's Kvaratskhelia, he's on the right flank. Got the ball back with Joao Neves. And a long ball here for Dembele is going to be dangerous. What is he doing? He dribbles in the box. But the too late. The defense sort of went back. Oh, it's Due is going to have a chance now. Shot. Raya stopped it. And who was that? It was offside. But it was a very, very dangerous here. Dembele should probably have taken that shot on the through ball. Then Due got a chance. He shot that, and Raya stopped it. Then, of course, there was Fabian Ruiz here with the ball, but he was offside. But that was a very big chance for Due. He is going to be disappointed in himself not scoring that one. It was a definite chance to score another goal here. Another warning for Arsenal. And so far in this first half, PSG is dominating this game. It's going to be a throw in here for Arsenal. Kvaratskhelia gets the ball. And he's going to play it back with Hakimi. PSG is going to keep the possession on that one. We're about 15 minutes here from the break. And PSG is definitely going to want to keep the scoreline as it is before they go for the halftime break. No need to take any chances, take any risks. And they're still playing build-up play here. Oh, and Arsenal getting the possession back here in a good position. But it was Fabian Ruiz here getting the interception. And it's going to be a foul on Ruiz. And we see here a replay of the shot of Desiree Doué. Probably could have done a little bit better here with that one. But David Raya, not the best night for him. He has a lot of work. PSG with the possession. They're still sort of passing the ball around. Here's Dembele now. And Arsenal gets the possession back, but they lose it right away. Donnarumma playing all the way back. Marquinhos, he's gonna kick it forward for Joao Neves. Vitinha now playing on the right with Kvaratskhelia. He's going to push forward. Switch to the other flank to Desiree Doué. What a first touch by Desiree Doué in here. Oh, and he messed that up. What a control from Desiree Doué with the flair. And it's going to be a foul here on Saka from Fabian Ruiz. Arsenal with the ball. Five players of PSG pressing the Arsenal defense all the way to their own penalty box. Now Arsenal here with the ball. It's Trossard. He lost the possession. It's going to be a foul, though, on Lewis Kelly from Joao Neves. It's going to be a dangerous free kick here. Much better position than the previous one. And Odegaard is behind the ball. It's very, very well suited for a left-handed player. It's going to be a dangerous opportunity here. And we know our Arsenal does very, very well on the set pieces. Big opportunity here for them. A lot of players here in the box. The whole PSG team is defending. Odegaard, and that wasn't very, very well shot. It's cleared by the PSG defense. David Raya here playing a long ball. Oh, and it's going to be a chance here. Oh, but who was that? Fell down. Was Merino. The referee says no foul. Merino fell down. I'm not sure what happened, but he fell down. As if something huge had happened to him. I think he's trying to do a little bit much. Oh, and as he was trying to shoot, it was Joao Neves that came back and went for the challenge. And Merino sort of, while trying to shoot, hit him with a slag. Merino wanted a foul, but the referee said he tried to dive. And of course Arteta is protesting, but you know, honestly it was just a contact. That wasn't really a foul. It was more Merino trying to shoot and hitting Joao Neves in the leg, more than Joao Neves trying to stop him from shooting. And Arsenal now with the ball. Declan Rice here is going to play with Saka. He has some space. What is he going to do? Saka with a chance. He shoots, but that was in the middle of the goal. Easy for Donnarumma. And that was no danger. Ball over the defense here for Arsenal. Pacho. Oh, what does he do? That was a big mistake. He could have cleared that ball. Now it's Saka. Plays it. It's going to go all the way out to Trossard. There's a lot of PSG bodies here. Cross. Oh, and that was almost an opportunity here for Martinelli. Was just inches away from that ball on the cross, but he couldn't get the touch. That was probably offside anyway. And we're seeing a lot of the wingers switching position. We saw Kvaratskhelia and Doué switching flanks, and now it's Saka and Martinelli also switching flanks. David Raya now. He's going to take this free kick around the half-pitch line. 5 minutes left in this first half. Donnarumma gets the ball. It was a difficult situation for the PSG defense to deal with. Every time, you get this ball over the defense, it's always problematic for the defenders to trying to clear that ball, but Arsenal couldn't take advantage of it. And we see Kvaratskhelia now is back on his left flank. Arsenal with the possession here. They're playing all the way back to Raya. And PSG still with the high press. Nuno Mendes, I don't know why he's taking that much risk. He fell down. It's going to be a card for Saka. And Saka, of course, is protesting. He got played on this one because it wasn't much of a foul, wasn't much of a push. Now he gets a yellow card. That's going to be an issue for him for the rest of this game. Yeah, it was a little push, but wasn't much. And Saka is furious. Arteta is furious too. He's spitting on himself. So angry. And will it have consequences? Oh, and here Dembele getting the possession on a mistake by the defense, but Arsenal manages to clear it. But will this yellow card for Saka be consequential in the rest of the game? And here Kvaratskhelia tried to move through the middle and cut inside, but he stopped. It's going to be a yellow card for Hakimi here.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 22 será reemplazado por el dorsal 6.
Probably not a good idea from Hakimi to be protesting on this one. He didn't play the ball at all. We're just a few minutes away here from the halftime break. And PSG is still pressing very, very high. Marquinhos here. And PSG gets the ball. It's a battle in the middle. Arsenal with the ball now, and Saka on the right wing. He has some space. He plays it back. Oh, and good ball here for Martinelli. He has some space. He took the shot. Donnarumma, absolute incredible save. What a job from Donnarumma here, stopping Martinelli's chance. Great pass here. Martinelli one-on-one against the keeper, but Donnarumma, vital save. It was well taken. Perhaps he could have taken a little more risk to put it really in the corner. But Donnarumma, quick of his feet, going to the ground and getting that save. Crucial, keeping PSG 1-0 in the lead. That was the chance for Arsenal to come back in this game. And Donnarumma, just as he was against Aston Villa, saving PSG with a crucial save here before the halftime break. 1 minute of injury time. And we're already 1 minute run, and it's going to be it. The players are going back to the changing rooms. 1-0 for PSG here in this semi-final. An early goal from Ousmane Dembélé at the 4th minute, and it completely ruined the strategy for Arsenal here. Great save from Donnarumma, absolutely. And a good result here for PSG. And it's going to be interesting now. We're going to see what is Mikel Arteta going to do. Is he going to make some changes? I think he's going to need to do something here because we haven't seen much of Arsenal in this half. And we see here on the map a couple of yellow cards here for Trossard and Saka, and PSG it's Hakimi. But Arsenal is going to do something. Trossard is having a little bit of trouble. The problem with Arsenal is there is no one to really push the PSG defensive line. And Trossard and Martinelli, they're sort of in the same area. They both like to play on the left flank. And there is no one in the middle to really provide solutions for Saka on the other side. And we've seen Saka several times on the right flank, and every time he chooses to just pass the ball back instead of pushing forward. And of course, if there is no one in the box to sort of cut the ball, then there is no reason for him to make that run. And something is going to have to be done here for Mikel Arteta because they're not creating any chances on the right flank. And we know how good Saka is running with the ball. But the danger for Arsenal has come from the left side with Martinelli here late in this first half. But they need to do something. Perhaps Merino needs to play number 9. Maybe he'll take out Trossard. And who does he have to bring? Let's have a quick look here at what's on their bench. There's not a lot. And of course, Thomas Partey getting a yellow card is, I guess, a real problem for them. Not a lot of depth on this Arsenal bench. A little more on PSG. PSG has a few players here that could come in, but I don't think we're going to see, as long as the team stays in the lead here, I don't see PSG changing anything. It has worked fairly well for them. But there's not much, especially, with Thomas Partey here not being part of this game, then there isn't much that Arsenal can do here in the midfield. They're probably going to have to stay like that. And of course, Arsenal has this huge problem with their number 9, Havertz, being a long-term injury here, as you can see. And Havertz himself was not really a true number 9 even. He was an offensive midfielder converted into a striker by Arteta because he had nobody really to play in that position. And maybe Arsenal is going to need to think of recruiting someone at this position, during the summer, because if they want to really, take the next step and perhaps be able to win a Premier League title or a Champions League, then they perhaps will need to have more depth on their bench, and definitely they will need to have a true striker. And we're seeing here the replays, Kvaratskhelia playing for Dembele. Very nice shot here from the PSG striker, getting the early goal, and it really changed sort of the dynamic of the game, because after that it sort of locked the game. PSG was not really wanting to attack after that early goal, and Arsenal was just so worried that PSG would catch them on a counter-attack that they didn't even commit the numbers to try to come back in this game. And we're seeing here Martinelli's chance was a big chance, and you wonder how we missed that, and the answer is Gigi Donnarumma with a spectacular save here. PSG, a good result so far for PSG. And tomorrow, of course, there will be Barcelona playing. Let's have a look here at the preview of that game for tomorrow. Barcelona Inter at 12. And of course, we will be covering this game too. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn up tomorrow for this game, massive game, the other semi-final of the Champions League, Barcelona and Inter. And this weekend, Barcelona won the Copa del Rey, the Spanish Cup, against Real Madrid 3-2 with a last-minute clutch goal from Jules Koundé. Let's have a quick look here at the probable lineup we could see tomorrow. And Barcelona with their team, I think everybody has all the players except for Lewandowski. Lewandowski will be missing here for Barcelona, but he has for several weeks now since he caught that injury. But they will be playing probably with Ferran Torres. But no matter what, almost all the team is there, but the main offensive players for Barcelona, of course, is going to be Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, the teenager who is unstoppable at the moment. Really spectacular. And Inter playing strong defense, as you can see here. Everybody's playing defense for Inter. And we'll see if they will be able to resist Barcelona, who will be playing at home. They're going to want to put a very good performance, knowing that the return will be in San Siro in Milan. And we know how difficult it is to play in Milan, but it is equally, if not harder, to play in Barcelona, especially against this Barcelona team that is at the moment steamrolling everybody in Europe. One of the favorites of the competition, one of the favorites here of this Champions League, the leader of La Liga in Spain, ahead of Real Madrid. And it will be a very, very difficult game, I expect, for Inter to stop this Barcelona team. And if they want to have a chance to be able to get a qualification for the final at home in Milan, then they need to do something like what PSG is doing now in London. Perhaps an early goal and then, playing defense successfully for 90 minutes, getting that advantage, and then bring a 1-0 lead back home to try to stop Barcelona, to try to prevent them from scoring. That would be the ideal for Inter, but will they be able to do that? I don't know, because Barcelona has a lot more offensive capability than Arsenal does, and it will be their main weapons here against Inter. And Barcelona, they play possession. All these teams here that are left in the Champions League, Arsenal, PSG, Inter, these are all counter-attack teams. But Barcelona, in the style of the Spanish team, it's a possession team. They like to play the game. They like to create chances. They don't need to rely on, sort of these transition goals with fast players to play the counter-attack, because technically the whole team is so good that they can play possession and do so successfully. And it's very, very hard to play a team like that. But who knows, maybe, one game, anything can happen. And perhaps it will be a day for Inter. We will see tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. It will be, no doubt, a spectacular game. Barcelona against Inter. Let's go back now to our Champions League game here between Arsenal and PSG. 2 yellow cards here for Arsenal, 1 for PSG. Early goal from Dembele on a pass from Kvaratskhelia. Let's see what they're saying here. Do they have ratings? They have some ratings here already early for this first half. And it's 7.5 here for Dembele with the goal. 7.2 for Donnarumma with a crucial save early or late before the break. And Kvaratskhelia 7.1 here. A lot of work from the left winger for Paris Saint-Germain. And what about Timber? Timber's 5.7. He was in a lot of difficulty. 5.2 for Trossard. And Trossard, of course, he's having a tough game here, playing in a position that is not natural for him. And Martinelli, 5.3. The whole front line of Arsenal getting some bad ratings here. They did not create much, and they will have to show something else in this second half if they want to have a chance to actually, qualify for the finals here. Of course, the return game in Paris is going to be very, very difficult. And we're a few minutes now from the second half. We're going to see if we have some changes here. And if I was Arteta, I would probably try to do something, because as it is, it doesn't seem like this Arsenal team really has the means to trouble PSG. And perhaps they need something, some addition, some kind of tactical change to be able to, bring some trouble to PSG here. And perhaps it is Trossard that really is not doing well in this game, playing out of position, playing, as he is in this map here as a striker. Perhaps dropping him as an offensive midfielder would be something that Arteta should think of to bring a lot of, some numbers in the midfield. But we'll see what happens. But it seemed like having Martinelli and Trossard, up top, then you have these two players that are sort of walking over each other and they're not using the space the way that would be optimal. And on the other hand, it seems that, the midfield is having a bit of a tough time. And the players are making their way back on the pitch here. Two Spanish coaches here facing up in the semi-final. Luis Enrique and Arteta. The referee here coming with the ball. We're a few seconds away here from the kickoff of this second half. It's going to be Arsenal kicking it off. And here we go. It's played straight for Raya. He's going to kick that ball forward. And Merino here on the ground on the challenge. Let's see here what happened. Joe Neves extending his arm and Merino catching it in the head. Wasn't much of a foul here, but Merino played it well and he got another dangerous free kick here. Another chance perhaps for Odegaard to sling that ball in the box. It's even closer than the last one. And the last one was a bit dangerous. We see Declan Rice here coming behind the ball with Odegaard. Is Declan Rice going to want to try once again to do the same thing that he did against Arsenal? It's Declan Rice who is going to be taking this free kick. Can he make a miracle once again like he did twice against Real Madrid? Good ball here. Oh, and it's a goal. Declan Rice, once again, he played this ball in the box for Merino. Merino with the header. Goal. Arsenal is back in this game on the set pieces. And we know, we've said it, how dangerous Arsenal is on the set pieces. And Declan Rice, with the ball over the defense, very, very well taken free kick here. And will there be a offside? A lot of confusion in the box in front of Donnarumma here. And Merino cut the trajectory of the ball perfectly. There's going to be a goal check, and we're going to see if there was a offside at the moment where this free kick was taken. A lot of players of Arsenal were ahead of the defense, and we'll have to see if Merino himself was in front of the defense or whether he was not. But I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being a offside, considering the number of players that were ahead of the defensive line. So we will see. Where is Merino? Oh, and hard to tell. Really hard to tell from this angle. Goal check still going on here. And if it ends up being offside, then it's a little bit stupid from Arsenal to have gone that way about it, taking this free kick, because there wasn't much of a need for them to do that. So what is it? It's going to be offside. Yes, Merino by inches. But it was really the way the Arsenal players positioned themselves before the free kick that resulted in this offside. There was no need for them to do that. They perhaps try to unsettle the PSG defense, but if they had started their run behind or ahead of the defensive wall, rather, then that wouldn't have been a offside. And so it's still 1-0 for PSG here. Several minutes of VAR check here, and Arsenal now thought that they had a goal, thought that they came back in this game, but now it is still 1-0 for PSG. And a definite warning here for PSG. A very, very close offside, that's right. And how is Arsenal going to react to that? Because for a moment here, they thought they were back in the game. Now they have their work to do again. And they're pushing forward now. We're seeing a little bit of a different mentality here for Arsenal. They know that now they need to do something in this game. They need to push to try to make up from their deficit here. It's going to be a throw in here for PSG, long one.
The goal scorer for Arsenal after 85 minutes is number 14.
The ball is back in play now. It's Arsenal possession. And Trossard gets pushed off the field here. He's conceding another throw-in.
Substitution for United States.
It's going to be Nuno Mendes who's going to take it here.
Number 14,
PSG gets the possession. They're going to have a few seconds here. Desiree Doué is cutting inside. Playing back with Hakimi. Desiree Doué once again. He has some space. With a dribble, another dribble. He's doing a little bit too much here. Oh, and Scarshvalia. Doué. Arsenal is going to get a chance here to get a little bit of space, but no, the pass is played straight for the PSG defense. Pacho gets the ball, plays back all the way to Donnarumma. Marquinhos now with Vitinha. And PSG back in with the possession in this game. They have sort of dominated the possession, and you would think that Arsenal playing at home would have more off the ball, but it's very, very difficult against this PSG team, a very technical team. And once they get the ball, they don't lose it. They just keep it going, and we're seeing Arsenal now, they're not pressing that much. They didn't press that much in the first half. They're not pressing that much in the second half. But if they want to come back in this game, unless they want to wait for another set pieces where they can have an opportunity, then if it's going to be on an open play, they're going to need to do something more. They're not going to need to press more to get the ball back, you know, in PSG half. Otherwise, it's going to be quite difficult for them. And here, Doué plays the ball over the defense, but David Raya is here to get this ball. It's Arsenal here with the ball. Oh, and good ball here for Arsenal. Trossard with the shot, and Donnarumma with another save. Absolutely incredible. Gigi Donnarumma once again saving PSG. Same type of action here. It was this time Trossard who came with the through ball, cut inside. He took the chance with his left foot, and Donnarumma manages to get to the ground and deflects the ball away from the goal. Arteta cannot believe what he sees. Donnarumma, very, very hard to beat tonight. And it's going to be a corner kick here for Arsenal, but Arsenal now putting a little more pressure on PSG. And corner kick, second post. And it's cleared by the PSG defense. And both of the opportunities for Arsenal came from the left side. And every time Donnarumma was there to save the day for PSG. Once with Martinelli, the other time with Trossard. Same type of action here. Both of them sort of cutting inside, trying to catch Donnarumma off guard, but Donnarumma getting to the ground with his left hand, parrying the ball out of bounds here. Donnarumma, if the score stays as it is and PSG goes back home with the victory, Donnarumma will undoubtedly be the man of the match. 2 saves, 2 crucial saves in this game. And Arsenal here. The PSG gets the possession back. Arsenal getting it back here. It's played through. Donnarumma gets the ball. Donnarumma is not happy with his defense here. And we see here the defensive intervention from Joe Neves. Arteta was mad. He wanted a foul, but it was a clean one from Joe Neves here. And through ball here. Marquinhos on the ball. Donnarumma plays it with Joao Neves. What is he doing? He's tripping over himself here, but he's clearing the ball. Doué with the ball, with the flick. It's going to be a foul. What a move. What a player, what a dribbler is Due. Always doing, these flare touches. Look at that. With the back heel, trying to go around Lewis Kelly with the back heel. It's going to be Declan Rice. He's going to take that free kick. He switches flank, goes all the way to Saka on the right flank. Some space for Saka. What does he do? He plays it back once again. And PSG gets the ball back now. Hakimi's got some space. He tries to play the through ball for Due, but Due was well taken here by the Arsenal defense. Dembele here, he's got some space. He plays with Joe Neves. PSG switches flank. Hakimi has some space. Joe Neves with the ball here. He's going to play with Dembele. What is he going to do? Through pass. Oh, that was for Hakimi. That was a very big chance here for PSG, but Hakimi couldn't get the shot. And we mentioned early in the stream, Hakimi and Nuno Mendes, a lot of goal opportunities coming from these guys playing as fullback finishers. And here we saw Hakimi, he was about to take that chance, and it was Saliba. Was it Saliba? I think so. That was there to deny him the opportunity. But that was a very close one. If Hakimi would have taken that chance, he probably would have scored. And last time around in the quarterfinal against Aston Villa, it was Hakimi who scored the first goal for PSG at Villa Park. No, Arsenal with the ball. David Raya. He's going to kick it forward. No worries for the PSG defense here. Marquinhos with the ball. And Due, foul on Due. PSG still with the possession. Long ball here, cleared by the defense. PSG gets the rebound. There's going to be some space here for Kvaratskhelia. And he falls down in the box. Referee says no foul. And Arsenal still with the possession. Boy, that was a killer ball here, intended for Dembele, but he couldn't get a hold of it. If that pass would have connected, it would have been a definite chance here for Dembele. But we're seeing this game now being more open than the first half. Arsenal is definitely trying to push forward, and it's creating chances on both sides. And if this continues like this, eventually someone will score.
Please report to the staff room immediately.
And it's Arsenal now with the ball. Here it's Merino playing with Declan Rice.
Everyone, please welcome the two sides.
Saka here on the right flank. Plays inside with Odegaard. Finds Trossard in the box, where he's well taken by the PSG defense. Lots of numbers for PSG here at the edge of the box. And PSG gets the possession back. Vitinha now pushing forward. Dembele has some space, but the pass is a little bit behind him. Dembele still with the ball. And no one from Arsenal is pressing him. Desiree Doué, Hakimi now. Not a lot of pressure here from Arsenal. You see PSG with the ball in Arsenal's half. And Arsenal is pressing only up to their own half line. And perhaps that's why they were scared to press higher, because as soon as they started to press higher than the half line, then we saw a through ball from the PSG defense trying to find Kvaratskhelia. And perhaps this is what Arsenal is worried about. If they press too high, then on the other side, a through ball for Kvaratskhelia or Doué would open the Arsenal defense to an open opportunity, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to commit the numbers, but if they don't, then a score of 1-0 would be a definite advantage for PSG, although not a death sentence for Arsenal. It could still be possible for them to make up, the difference in Paris, but it would of course be a bad situation for them if they were to go to Paris with a goal deficit, knowing that it will be a tough game over there.
The attendance for this match was 71.
David Raya here with the ball. He's going to kick it forward. He's going to try to find Saka. He has some space. What does he do? Once again, he cuts back inside for Odegaard. We haven't seen Saka really try to go down the touchline like he often does. Kvaratskhelia, what is he doing? Very, very technical player here. He's playing in defense. He's juggling the ball and kicking it away. It's Arsenal still with the possession here.
Substitution in progress.
Saka with the ball. He's going to play, but it's intercepted by the PSG defense. Kvaratskhelia now running down the flank. He's going to play it backwards, and PSG is going to keep the possession now. Arsenal bringing their player down in defense. There's going to be another sequence of possession by PSG. They're going to try to just run down the clock every single time they get the possession back. And now it's going to be up to Arsenal to press to try to get the possession back, but how many times can they do that until they run out of time? Arsenal is going to have to show something else if they want to come back in this game. They didn't get that many opportunities. A couple of set pieces that were dangerous. And of course there was a chance for Martinelli in the first half and another chance in the second half, early in the second half, for Trossard, but Gigi Donnarumma was there. You see Arteta now drinking nervously.
Number 14, Mikel Oyarzabal.
Declan Rice here
Number 22,
with the ball.
Mkhitaryan. Number 18, Retegui.
It's Martinelli. He plays back with his defense. Dembele is on the ground now. There's going to be a change here for PSG. It's Barcola who's going to come in. And Trossard gets a lecture from the referee. He is already on a yellow card. Probably a last warning for Trossard. And we see the goal, the replay of the goal from Dembele. Very nice shot off the post and in the goal. Raya was beaten, he couldn't do anything. And Dembele goes out. It's Barcola who takes his place, and Barcola is going to bring the speed on the wing.
Number 8, coming on
So
the
what's going
field,
to happen now
number 4,
with
number 19,
this PSG team?
substitution.
Seems that Barcola will play on the right flank. Doué is going to play in the center. We're seeing Ben White here. He was about to come in, but he won't.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
What's happening here for Arsenal? Timber is still on the right flank. Seems that Ben White was about to come in, but when PSG switched Dembele for Barcola, then they decided not to go ahead and switch Ben White in. Perhaps they are worried of the speed of Barcola. Martinelli here on the left flank. He has some space. He goes down the line. He's going to cross it, but it's cleared by the PSG defense. Arsenal still with the possession. Declan Rice now. And PSG pressing the Arsenal defensive line, pushing them back all the way to the half line. Odegaard here plays back. Declan Rice. It's Martinelli again on the flank. He cuts inside. The PSG block very compact. They are pressing really hard in defense. They're not leaving any space to this Arsenal team. Now it's a through ball here. Odegaard is going to cross that ball, and it's easy for Donnarumma. The PSG here with the ball, Donnarumma. And PSG is going to take the time. No, they kick it forward and give the possession back to Arsenal. A little bit more press here from Arsenal. They're getting the possession back quicker. PSG doesn't want to play build up from the defense. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to concede an easy opportunity here for Arsenal. They are going to want to make them work for an opportunity. And here PSG gets the ball back. Kvaratskhelia, long shot. It's over the goal from a long range. Kvaratskhelia tried to lob Raya, who's often off his line. And that was some way off, but not a bad idea here from Kvaratskhelia, because if that was heading for the goal, then that Raya was probably beaten. And Arsenal here with the ball. Saka. Odegaard. Declan Rice here finding Saka. Saka once again, he's in a good position now. He's going to have a chance to cross, but he gets taken by the defense. PSG is going to switch flanks here. There's going to be a throw in here for PSG. Arteta is telling the fans to make some noise. 75th minute here. About 15 minutes left in regular time. And we're going to see another substitution here for PSG. It's going to be Doué for Gonzalo Ramos. So now PSG bringing in a true striker, a real number 9, and they have now Desiree Doué that's going to be playing on the flank. Still Kvaratskhelia is still in the game, but now they're bringing him someone who can score, someone who's going to be there to cut that ball in the box if Arsenal leave some space.
Number 14, Mikel Oyarzabal.
Now it's Saka here at the edge of the area. He's dribbling, gets a shot. Then Donnarumma again with the save. It was a decent opportunity here from Saka, but it was too much at an angle. He didn't have a lot of space. Donnarumma couldn't be beaten. It was probably offside anyway here. But a dribble from Saka, moving through two players, being able to get a shot. But Donnarumma was there to stop the ball. Impressive performance here from Donnarumma. And he will take the free kick here from the offside. Oh, bad bounce here for Arsenal. What is it going to be? It's going to be Barcola plays it back. A chance for João Neves. He puts it over the bar. It was the wrong choice here from PSG. Should have gone for the goal. Was it Gonzalo Ramos? He should have taken that shot right away. They played it back from João Neves. It was perhaps a good opportunity here for Neves, but he couldn't keep the ball down. But Gonzalo Ramos here probably should have taken the chance himself. He's a number 9. He just got in. He's fresh. And PSG, they shouldn't waste their chances too much, because there is still some time. There is still some chances that Arsenal can come back in this game, and if they do, then it will be probably a decent result for Arsenal, knowing that they were losing most of the game Martinelli here, cutting back inside. He's going to cross that ball in the box. PSG defense is there, and it's Fabian Ruiz with the ball. What is he going to do? He's got a chance to counterattack here. Kvaratskhelia with some way to go forward. No, he plays it back. PSG is going to keep this possession. They're going to keep running down the clock, and they're going to wait for Arsenal to commit once again. Oh, and it's long ball through over the defense. Hakimi got this ball here. Vitinha now is going to play Fabian Ruiz. Kvaratskhelia is going to have a chance to go one-on-one at the edge of the box here. He cuts inside. He shoots over the goal. A lot of work from Kvaratskhelia. He was very, very dangerous throughout this game. He was decisive in the first half, getting the assist for Dembele.
There will be 1 minute added time.
High press here from PSG. Raya takes this ball and is straight for the PSG defense. And we're seeing the stats here.
Just a quick reminder today, please
340 passes completed for PSG, about 270 for Arsenal. As Ben White is going to make his entry in this game. So they're finally, after not doing the substitution early in the game, now they're doing it. And perhaps the fact that Timber has been struggling against Kvaratskhelia is one of the reasons. And Ben White, probably the offensive fullback, he's going to be able to bring the danger a little more than Timber, participate a little more to the offensive game for Arsenal, to try to bring the danger in this game. They have to do something at home against PSG. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult for them. They put themselves in a bad situation, conceding the goal early on in this game at the 4th minute. And that goal pretty much killed this game, because after that, it was defense all around. Defense from PSG tried to keep their lead, and defense from Arsenal, because they didn't want to expose themselves to a counterattack from PSG. And the danger for Arsenal came from the set pieces, and a couple of times it came from a through ball, both on the left flank, once for Martinelli, once for Trossard, but every single time it was Gigi Donnarumma who got the upper hand and saved the ball. And we have 10 minutes left in this game, and Ben White coming in, Timber is going out, and Arsenal is going to try to push forward, trying to bring Ben White up to find some crosses in the box. But it's not the type of strategy that tells you Arsenal is dominating this game. When you bring an offensive fullback, try to get some desperate crosses in, it shows that in the game itself, in the midfield, you're not able to create anything, and you have to rely on long balls to try to create some opportunity for yourself. It's a pretty bad sign, a sign that Arsenal is not able to really master this game, and they are not able to get the best out of PSG in the midfield. And we see here PSG, and it's going to be a chance here for PSG. Oh, and the shot goes inches wide from Barcola. The finish, not good enough from Barcola. And if that had been Desiree Doué, that would probably have been a goal. It was probably offside anyway. At Barcola really lacked here on the finish. It goes inches wide from the post, but he probably should have done a better finish. But it's kind of strange that Barcola usually plays on the left wing, but now it's Kvaratskhelia. They are leaving him there. He's been so good throughout this game.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number
PSG,
77.
and we see their fans
Coming on the
ecstatic.
field is number 20.
The contrast with the Arsenal fans, they're holding their heads. They can't believe. Kvaratskhelia with the ball here is going to play it back. PSG is once again going to run this possession, run down the clock. 5 minutes left in this game. Long ball here for Gonzalo Ramos. He's going to have a chance. Is he going to take it? And it's a bar. He hits the bar. Gonzalo Ramos. Why did he do that? Why did he take so much risk on this opportunity? The long ball, he was probably offside anyway, but look at this. With the outside of the foot, he hit the bar. So much risk taken. He could have taken a driven shot on the ground, and that would have been an easy goal. Arsenal now with the ball. Saka on the side. He plays with Odegaard. Odegaard try to find Saka. It's intercepted by the PSG defense. They're going to get the ball back. Kvaratskhelia. He's going to switch flanks now. Hakimi is going to have some space. He's running. He's pushing with Kelly here. Tried to get the ball, but he couldn't. It was a little bit too far. Now the ball back to Arsenal, switch flank. Saka with the ball. He's going to be stopped here by Kvaratskhelia. Arsenal still with the possession. It's Declan Rice. Switching flank once again for Martinelli. He's going to run down the flank. Well, Martinelli through the legs of Hakimi. What is it going to be? It's going to be a free kick. Let's see that again. Nutmeg from Martinelli. He fell down, but there was pretty much no touch. And it's going to be a dangerous free kick here for Arsenal. One last chance for Arsenal to get back in this game. It's going to be Declan Rice once again. And we saw last time a free kick here on the side. Declan Rice took it. Mikel Merino with the header beat Donnarumma, but it was offside. And we will see this time if Arsenal is going to do the same thing. Will they start this free kick, all of the players offside, and risk it once again? Or will they be more conservative and just take a chance, take the opportunity? Declan Rice, or maybe Declan Rice takes a direct free kick here and tries to score. Let's see what happens. A good opportunity here at the edge of the area. Declan Rice behind the ball. 87th minute. He's got Odegaard right at the edge of the box. He could try to pass it to him. What's he going to do? No, Declan Rice. He tries to sling it. It was not a good free kick here from Declan Rice. Bad choice. He tried to put the ball in the pack, but it wasn't over the defensive wall. I'm not sure if he tried to take a direct shot here or not, but there was no danger for Donnarumma. And it's Arsenal still with the ball. 88th minute here. Donnarumma tried to lob this ball over the defense. It's gotten back by PSG. It's going to be a throw for PSG here. Couple of minutes left in regular time. It's Zaya Emery that is going to be going in. Joao Neves is going out. Pretty good performance here for Joao Neves. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't score on that very good opportunity a few minutes ago. But PSG might have some regrets here in this game, because if they had taken their chances with Joao Neves, Barcola, and Gonzalo Ramos here, they could have killed this game already. And Raya is going to play this forward, trying to find Saka. Couldn't get a hold of that ball. It's going to be kicked out of play here by the PSG defense. As Odegaard is going to be replaced by Nwaneri. 5 minutes of injury time in this game. 5 minutes more for Arsenal to try to get something, to try to score a goal, to leave their chances open in this Champions League semi-final. But of course now they don't want to take too many risks, because 1-0 they can still get something in Paris. But if it's 2-0, then it'll be very, very unlikely that they can score 2 goals in Paris and not concede one. At least at 1-0, they're keeping their chances open. So it's about the balance here. They don't want to overcommit and concede, because that would mean it is over for them in this Champions League. And we're seeing them here, Raya with the ball, and he's not even, doesn't know what to do. He doesn't even want to lose this possession. And PSG pressing high and hard. Raya pressed by a PSG player, forced to kick this ball. And it's PSG that gets the ball back. And Donnarumma kicks it all the way across the field. And Martinelli here with a chance at the edge of the area. He was off balance, tried to shoot the ball, but it went way over. And it was a bad look here for Vitinha to try to control the ball. He should have just kicked it up the field instead of trying to control the ball. Made a bad touch and then left a chance for Arsenal to get something. And we're seeing here the substitutes here are the players, the injured players from Arsenal: Calafiori, Partey, Havertz on the sideline. They look worried. Of course, they know that this result is not good for Arsenal. A last chance perhaps here for Arsenal. Declan Rice here. They're bringing the numbers forward. One of the last chances for Arsenal here. But they're leaving a lot of space here. And if they lose the possession like that, it will be dramatic for them. Martinelli here on the left flank. He has some space. He's going to run down, challenge Hakimi. He tried to do once again to go with the nutmeg. This time Hakimi was not fooled. And it's going to be a corner kick here for Arsenal. One, if not the last chance of this game for Arsenal to try to come back at the scoreline.
Gol de Estados Unidos, convertido en el minuto 24, número 14.
It's going to be Declan Rice here to take this corner kick. Less than 1 minute left in this game. What happened? It was a foul here on Donnarumma. His teammates are hitting him in the head to congratulate him. Let's see, that was White, Ben White here coming and just body checking Donnarumma. And we are 5 minutes past the 90-minute mark. It's going to be it for Arsenal and PSG. And that is it. 1-0 for PSG in London. You're seeing Luis Enrique, Arteta shaking hands. A bad result here for Arsenal. PSG in the lead in this Champions League semi-final, and it's going to be a tough one for Arsenal because they are going to have to play in Paris the next game, and going there with a 1-goal deficit is not going to be good. It's not going to be over because they can make up a 1-goal deficit, but it doesn't put them in a good situation, knowing that they're going to play away, knowing how good PSG is, knowing how well PSG has played at home throughout this Champions League. It is a bad result. Last time around, when Arsenal played Real Madrid, they went to Madrid with a 3-goal lead. And now this time, they go back with a 1-goal deficit, and it's going to be a tough thing for them to try to beat PSG in Paris. And Arteta, he's not looking happy. He's shaking his head, going straight to the locker room. And the PSG players celebrating on the pitch, celebrating their victory. And we will see what happens in the next game. And of course, tomorrow it is Barcelona against Inter. So make sure you come around. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't miss tomorrow's game. And, you know, it's going to be an exciting game tomorrow between Barcelona and Inter. But tonight it is Paris Saint-Germain getting the best out of Arsenal. And we're seeing here the commentators here on CBS Sport. Thierry Henry, former player of Arsenal, probably not happy with the performance of his former club, but it is the result tonight. PSG doing very well, 1-0 over Arsenal, a good result for the French team, and they will be one of the clubs to watch, of course. You know, ever since now, you know, this play of games, people have expected a final between Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona. Will we be what we see? Well, make sure you tune in. Don't miss out. And tomorrow Barcelona playing, and we will see what will they do at home against Inter Milan. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for following this game with us. A very good game tonight. Dembele scoring early on in this game, and it a little bit killed the game because we could have seen more. We would have expected more, but an early goal from Dembele sort of locked this game. Paris didn't need to attack after that. Arsenal was too worried of a PSG counter-attack to go on the offensive, and so it ended 1-0. There were a few opportunities for Arsenal, once by Martinelli, once by Trossard, but Gigi Donnarumma being absolutely sensational in the goal, bringing two massive stops. Let's see the player rating before we leave here. Gigi Donnarumma, as you can see, 8.4 from Dembele 2. Do they have the man of the match awards? I don't think they do, but if you ask me, I would say man of the match should definitely be Gigi Donnarumma. Absolutely unbeatable tonight, saving PSG 2 times and maintaining the advantage for PSG here against Arsenal. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We will see you tomorrow for Barcelona against Inter Milan in this Champions League.
Hit me with that like and sub to the channel. Hit me with that like and click the effing bell. Click that bit, alright. The algo recommends. For sure you gon' like. The algo knows you well. Hit me with that like. Subscribe to the channel. Hit me with that like and click the effing bell.